welcome back to the Ludiverse. I am Jay, with me,
Hi, it's Courtney again.
and we have yet another guest with us. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Rachel. I live in Los Angeles.
Oh, yes, the fancy city.
That's the City of Angels.
Yeah, and,
Some of them, I guess.
well, yes, but, yeah.
Certainly not me.
Well, matter of opinion. But, so you are relatively new to the whole kink and fetish lifestyle, yes?
Yes, absolutely. I just started getting into it when we were quarantined in March, actually.
Ah, so you're coming up on an anniversary of that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I'm very excited, I guess.
All right. So what kind of, have there been any troubles learning about, any of the kink things that you're interested in?
No, there hasn't been. It's been really great, actually. I found that this community is so open and so accepting. I mean, there are always a few gatekeepers, but I found that the majority of people that I've spoken to have been so open to helping me and answering questions, and I've been able to learn a lot this year, actually.
Yeah, the gatekeepers are the worst.
Yes, they are.
Because I know when I started out, the internet really wasn't a thing. Like, I was 16. This was back in 1997. So there weren't as many available resources. So it was a little harder for me to, it's like, I'm feeling a way about something that's not things that normally people talk about. Who can I talk to about this? Absolutely nobody. Because you get a lot of funny looks when you're like, I'm attracted to this monstrous looking character on a show.
Yeah, I remember around that same age, everything was so closed off. I'm a little bit younger than you, but I remember in high school there was a guy who was openly a furry, and he just got trashed on every single day for it. And that was kind of my introduction to kink, I guess, was watching this poor guy just get shit on every single day by so many people, that I'm glad to find out that actually being a part of the community, that's not the case. And actually that was really fucked up. But it's really good that I don't really see people like that here,
Yeah, I met Courtney in a sex positive chat group where they were talking about all kinds of wild stuff, and now she's in my bedroom, so yay me.
Oh, that is so nice.
So, and I've met a lot of really nice people. I mean, I've met you and a couple of my past guests. Plum from the Teratophilia episode, Luna from the Bondage episode. All met through sex positive and kink positive groups and chats, and really awesome people.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I didn't really have too many people to talk about it, except for the DOMs that I found, and we would, talk about kink and talk about different sexual things, and then all of a sudden I get invited to group chats, and I'm like, there's more people out there like me. Interesting. I must pick their brains.
Yes, it's been so nice knowing that I'm not alone in this.
Yeah, that feeling's a lot of why I was so this whole show started. We were in a chat group and they were like, "We're talking about kinks and fetishes." Gee, I don't know that much about these kinks and fetishes, and it's like, well, maybe we should all talk about it. And somebody brought up the subject of maybe we could make a podcast, and I latched onto that hard. I don't know if you remember, Courtney, but I was like, within an hour, I had a Facebook page, a Twitter account. I made the logo. And I was like, here, we're set. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I remember saying that was fast.
Yes, and of the 5 people that were part of it, supposed to start doing this, me and Courtney are the only ones still in it. Everyone else backed out.
Yeah, because sex is my favorite topic. Why wouldn't I be a part of a podcast and talk about nothing but sex?
Yeah, you're very lucky. I was just my husband and I have a bunch of rules and stuff for him to be comfortable with what I do, and I just got to join a group that is kink based, I guess, on like a Facebook chat, and it's been a wild ride for the past 2 days that I've been there.
I knew about your rules because it had been brought up before you joined the chat, and then suddenly you were in the chat, and I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be fun."
Yeah, things have been changing the more I make friends here and the more I get involved in I guess this aspect of the community. And so, communication is so important. I talk to my husband almost every day about what's going on. Like, he knows generally who I talk to, what we talk about, but my rules for what I'm allowed to post and what I'm allowed to see and stuff like that have also been changing and evolving along with everything that's been going on. So at this point, I don't think anything is off limits, but we're working there.
Well, it's good that the whole thing is evolving because that shows more trust and openness, and it allows for more learning.
Agreed.
Absolutely. I mean, at the beginning of this, I wasn't even allowed to take a picture with my face or with my tattoo showing. And obviously, that's progressed to being able to send nudes and belong in these chats and things like that. But my husband and I have always had really good communication. But joining this world has had to make it more, because you want to make sure your partner is always okay with the things that you do, and because they're a part of what you do too, whether you like it or not. So I think it's really important that we just keep talking, and maybe one day I can bring him in here too.
Well, I mean, he's more than welcome because, like I said, gatekeepers suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. I find that there's a lot of gatekeeping around subs and brats and things like that, and that's kind of
Oh
annoying.
yeah, the people that will, it's like they'll call themselves DOMs, but they really just want an excuse to be, powerful over a female and have somebody call them daddy. It's like you're not a dom, you're a dork.
Yeah. I've met several of those.
No, daddy is a title you have to earn.
Hmm.
Somebody told me that daddy is a title of trust.
Yeah.
I told you that. I think I told you that.
Was that you that said that? Yeah, it might have been you.
I think it was me. I said
My
that the
my
other day. I'm so glad you remember our conversations, Jay.
well, my brain is dumb, and I have conversations, and they tend to blend together.
All right, all right.
So, but yeah, there was a thing that you mentioned though. You brought up communication, which, if you've listened to this show like at all, keeps coming up.
Yep.
Yes, communication and consent,
Yes, they are the keys to the whole thing.
big time.
Yeah. It's always good to communicate with your partner about what you can and cannot do in certain situations, especially if you're trying to be open or poly or anything like that. I've learned that over the years that I've been married to my husband, that it just sort of keeps progressing. Our communication keeps getting better over the years.
That's good. That's how it should be. When it stops getting better, it's just going to get worse.
Of the kinks and fetishes that you've learned of so far, which would you say would be your number one, your favorite one, the one that you want to learn more about or do more often?
DDLG, Daddy Dom Little Girl, is by far my favorite kink.
And what about that appeals to you?
It's for me, it's the idea of being safe. It's not necessarily about age play and acting like a baby, but it's about being with somebody who can keep you safe and can make sure that you're okay and you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of the things that you need to take care of. And they do it in such a way that makes you feel good. I don't know. I like, so I'm more of a middle. I don't really consider myself a little. I don't do passies and bottles, mostly because I have two little girls. and it's just, my oldest just got off the passy like a year ago, and to me it still makes those connections.
Yeah, it'd be awkward to mix up your pacifier with your daughter.
Right.
It's like, no, that's mommy's pacifier.
Yeah. But the best part is I get to do crafts with them, and I get to do my own crafts, which is more like the middle aspect versus being little. So I'm able, the regression part is really helpful for me because I have a lot of abandonment issues, and I have a lot of anxiety about what's happening with the world, with our country, with climate change, with so many things. And that when I get into my middle space, or I have a daddy with me, I don't have to think about those things. Someone else is taking that burden from me. And it makes me feel calm and comfortable and honestly just happy, which doesn't really happen too often for me. So it's become a really good space for me to go into.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I have a bunch of abandonment issues and depression, anxiety, and anger problems. So it's really nice to have a daddy there to control those and like keep my mind away from those horrible things.
Oh my God, same issues. We could be little friends.
The kink lifestyle, bringing people together.
Yes.
Yes, that's the best part.
Yeah, I recently had found the daddy dom little girl thing, and I fully enjoy it. I mean, I haven't been able to do it physically, just virtually, but even virtually, it makes me feel good. So I could just imagine in person.
Yeah, no, same. It's wonderful. I mean, I even love the clothes. That might be a little odd to some people, but I don't know. There's something about being in a onesie that is just so fucking cute.
Right?
And just buying all the clothes that have the glitter and the colors. I don't know. I love it. It makes me happy.
Exactly. Same here. And I'm actually one of those people that doesn't mind a pacifier. Not gonna lie.
Oh, no. Honestly, they make really pretty ones. I think that they're beautiful. I just can't wrap my head around it. But I don't
Yeah.
have, I don't have any issue with somebody else doing it. Please be happy,
Oh, yeah.
anything to be happy.
See, back when I was like 11, 12, there was a trend where girls were walking around with pacifiers like all the time. It's like every girl you saw had a pacifier. And I don't know if it was related in any way to like DDLG, but considering they were like 11, 12 years old, I'm hoping not.
Yeah.
So we actually had that in my school too, when I was in middle school. So also around the same age, 11, 12. And I know for us, it was the littler kids seeing their older siblings in rave culture and needing the pacifier to keep their jaw from locking with the drugs. At least that's what it was on our coast.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything about raves or drugs or anything. I was 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody had a passy around their neck and those raver beads and stuff. And that was the style, I guess.
Did any of the pacifiers say dare on it? DARE?
Oh my God, the DARE program taught me more about drugs than anything I've ever done in my
Right?
life.
Like, I didn't even know about any of this until you just showed it to me, dude.
I know. And thank you for opening up that world to me because I sure love living there too.
I don't know. The DARE program had me convinced that I was going to be offered drugs a lot more than I was.
Right?
I know. I never got a single acid tab in my Halloween candy. What's up with that?
Yeah, and I never really got offered pot except for from my best friend and my stepdad. I was like, okay, well, that's fucking lame. I was hoping that I'd just walk around the freaking street and somebody would be like, You look like a stoner. Want some pot? And I would be like, fuck yeah.
See, that happened for us in high school, but it was more like, hey, you smoke pot? Here, come behind the building. I got this apple you want to see.
Oh my
God, the apple.
The apple. I knew somebody who actually made a bong out of a basketball once. People in high school are very inventive.
Where there's a will,
I'm
there's
sorry,
a
but
way.
we're off topic now.
Oh yeah.
Necessity is the mother of invention. So, okay.
Sorry, I got us off topic.
No,
I'm sorry.
it happens.
You're good.
So, okay. Other end of the spectrum of the kinks and fetishes that you've heard of, are there any that you would not want to try or try again?
Actually, there's a good deal of them. So I'm a baby in my personality. I'm afraid of horror movies. I'm afraid of scary things. I only like baby Halloween. I don't like adult Halloween. So really anything that is like blood or needles or gore related, I kind of am staying away from. Like sadism, masochism is not my thing. And then I heard on your show about bug catching, which really sounds like the creepiest, craziest thing I've ever heard in
Oh
my
yeah,
life.
that blew my mind. I was like, what?
Oh my God. I as soon as she said it, I was like, that, oh boy.
Yeah, that one threw me
Oh
for
my
a
God.
loop.
That one blew my mind. Yeah. Oh, big time. But so now that's added to the no
Yep.
list.
Same.
You're welcome for helping you remember that, by the way.
Oh no, that one's taking up residence. I'm not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Oh my God, I know, right? Now that I know it exists, it's always in my mind and it freaks me out.
Yeah. Well, it's like the sadist Dom episode when Zachary mentions skin flaying.
Oh yeah.
I will
that
not
one.
forget. I will not be able to forget that one. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
At least he got a lot of practice in before he tried it on a person.
right?
Ugh, that scares me. That kind of gore stuff.
Yeah, that one was on my no-go list. Like, cut me, sure, but don't fillet me. I'm not
No.
a fucking piece of
No,
meat.
no.
Jesus.
That's the kind of gore thing I'm talking about that I just, please don't. Please don't. I mean, like I'll deal with a knife. Like if you want to try, I'm not like totally against it. Just don't make me bleed, I guess.
Right?
yeah. Well, like I have a thing for knives. I have pretty knives that are just for display. So it's like the cold steel against flesh kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Creates a sensation. I have some that are sharp enough to, draw blood, even with just lightly across the skin. But others that are dull enough that you just drag it across the skin, it's just a cold line of metal.
I would be down for that.
The first one was hot.
I would be down to try that.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'd like to try the whole cutting till I bleed because I'm a masochist. I'm kind of into that. So
Well, you will have to let me know how that feels.
I certainly will as soon as I get permission to do it.
When is your anniversary? Maybe you can get some nice knives for your husband.
Right.
If only you knew somebody that was kinky and open about it and willing to experiment. Maybe in the same room as you.
And has knives.
Maybe.
You're across the country, so I really can't help you.
No,
but
I'm so depressed about that now. I want to be in the same room with you guys.
yeah, she's just across the bed, so
Super jealous. I want to be in the same room.
well, I mean, if you ever get around to the East Coast, you're more than
No,
welcome.
you guys come here. It's warmer.
So you found a group that showed you more about kink. Like, how did you find the group?
So I needed new coping mechanisms after quarantine started because I'm a very social person. I was on the board of a community organization we had. I was on the PTA. I when I was bored, I would go walk around Target for funsies. So since I didn't have that anymore, I needed to figure out something else to do. And then I got a Facebook suggested group that was for lewds, and I joined that. And that kind of led me to realizing that I like exhibition, which is what led to the conversation with my husband of changing my rules and things like that. So I started posting there, and then I met some people there who brought me, well, okay. Do you want like the whole story, or is it too much?
I mean, if you want to share it.
Okay, so in that Facebook group, though, at one point my pictures were taken and posted into a fat shaming group, and I got incel'd all over. And so after that happened, I started talking to a few more people who I felt comfortable with, and they brought me to other groups that are more niched. So like mom bods, things like that. And there I've really found that I enjoy posting. I enjoy sharing myself with other people. I learned that I love turning other people on, that if I turn somebody on, I really want to know because that turns me on.
Same.
Yeah, and things just kind of steamrolled from there. And then I became the mod and admin and stuff of some of those groups. And then I met Jay, and now I'm here.
That makes sense. Yeah, after I got into the first group for sex, then that led me to another group of sex, then another one, and then I met Jay, and then he invited me to 1,000 of them, and I'm like, oh, there's an entire world out here.
Oh, hey, I need some of those invitations. I lost all of my groups since my profile disappeared.
Well, we'd have to be friends on Facebook.
Oh.
So if you're okay with it, I'll add you as a friend on Facebook, and then I can invite you to all of my groups.
Yeah, I'm so down. Like I said, I want to be anywhere you are. That sounds great.
Well, it's like I started because I like looking at the female body. Sue me. So
You're a guy.
Yeah, I'm a perverted guy, and I claim that.
No. That's every guy.
Yeah.
Fix that.
She's right.
I have a brother-in-law who would actually dispute that.
Okay. Every straight guy.
Yeah.
There you
go. But anyway, so I was in a couple of groups that were like where people show off their bodies, and all genders did it together, and I would see the ones that I liked and kind of scroll past the ones that didn't appeal to me. And then we got into starting this podcast, and I was like, well, I need to get guests, I need to advertise, I need to get listeners. So I'm like, all right, let me just go to search groups, Kink. And then it was like, join. And then, like, I was in those groups, and then people would advertise other groups, so I joined those also. And a lot of them are getting shut down because Mark Zuckerberg hates sex, I guess.
Oh my God, so much.
You can tell that he's a freaking virgin, man.
And he's so anti-sex and anti-female nipple.
He's a virgin, I'm telling you.
Oh, Jay, I need to send you the picture that got me muted for a week on Facebook.
Oh.
I'm not allowed to say anything now for a week.
Damn.
Now I have to see this.
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now. Y'all are in the same room. Like,
there you go.
It's ridiculous. I just sent it to him.
Okay, well. Oh, see, that's all even covered and everything.
Exactly.
I know. Tell me about it. So I said that I don't agree with your decision. They reversed the decision within 10 minutes, but still have my commenting turned off.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I've seen people, like, I got my first strike on Facebook because it was a body painting picture. Like, there was a lady there, and she had body paint that made it look like she was wearing a soccer uniform. And I was like, this is artistic. Let me go and throw that up. And they were like, this goes against the guidelines. And I was like, it's not nudity, it's art. So they reversed that one. But, like, their restrictions keep getting worse. And I've seen people getting banned over pictures of cars.
What the hell?
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I mean, so because of all of this, I kind of just stick to that chat now, and I joined a Discord group. I want to do more. I don't know. I feel like I just need to get off the Facebook platform because it doesn't cater towards what I want to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep the Facebook, but do venture out to different websites to where you can actually let your freak flat fly.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I need.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like I'm on Instagram. They're starting to lift their restrictions on nudity. Twitter is pretty open. Reddit. Um, I had a MeWe account, but their freaking operating system is stupid. Is
I'm on FetLife.
I have a FetLife also. Of course, I converted my
I had a
FetLife to
FetLife.
a Ludiverse podcast FetLife. It's like, hey, here's my show. Come talk about your sex.
Right?
Yeah, I had a FetLife, but the messages were getting super specific and super creepy. So I got rid of it.
Yeah.
That's why I usually ignore majority of them.
Oh my gosh, but even if you ignore them, you know, they're still there. I don't know. Some of them were just so creepy.
Yeah, FetLife is not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not.
No, which I am because I'm a baby.
Yeah, see, me, I'm an awkward fat dude, so I didn't get nearly as many. Actually, I got 0 messages on my FetLife.
Damn, I was going to say if I had a FetLife, I could change that for you, but I no longer have it, so I can't.
Yes, but you don't need FetLife to message me. You have me on Messenger. Isn't being an adult fun?
Not at all.
Of course, that's why everybody should have a daddy.
Facts.
Well, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do the daddy thing. I could maybe have a mommy.
I was about to say, there you go. Mommy.
Wait, like you couldn't be a daddy or you couldn't have a daddy?
Oh, I could be a daddy.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could have a daddy.
Oh,
That would
okay.
be awkward for me.
Okay.
I mean,
that could have gone either way. So,
I'm not 100% straight.
and you know what? I'm not either. You taught me that.
Yeah,
You actually taught me that I'm heteroflexible.
yeah. Because I was like, I really like girls, but sometimes I'm attracted to dudes, but not really in a sexual way. And they're like, well, that's this. I'm like, okay, then I'm that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I feel like I can't be I'm straight too. I can't be romantically attached to a woman. I've never felt that before. But there are some women that I'm like, damn, I could go down for sure.
That makes sense.
Well, it's like I've been like modifying my labels as I've learned new things, and it's like I'm heteroflexible, pan romantic because I can be romantically attracted to anybody, polyamorous, cisgender because signed male at birth,
Yeah.
still identify as male.
Yeah, I'm just the plain old bisexual. Yeah. Because in my time, it was just gay, straight, bisexual. And I'm like, you know what? I'm bisexual. I will fuck and marry a woman, and I will fuck and marry a man. Let's do it.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay. I was just wondering. I didn't realize all the terms came out so much later. I'm 33, so yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like the terms really did come out much later because when I was figuring out my sexuality, it was literally just 3 things.
Well, that's what it was for me all growing up too. It was only in the last I think 5 years that most of the labels started, being
Getting
known.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, now there's a name for what I am. Cool.
Yeah, but honestly, I haven't found
cool.
any evolution to my sexuality. It's just bisexual. It's just plain.
I mean, that is perfectly fine. That is 100% valid.
Yep.
Because my daughter is pansexual. She jokes that she didn't come out of the closet because she's pansexual. She came out of the pantry.
That's a
That's
good
really
one.
cute.
So it's like, hey, you be you. I mean, there was a period of time where she was like, I think I'm gender fluid. So I would greet her in the morning. Good morning. What are your pronouns for the day? Because I would rather her change her pronouns 1,000 times than to feel awkward being in one she's not comfortable with.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're such a good dad. That's so nice.
Yeah, see, my son's 4, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's gonna turn into.
My daughter is 4 too.
Yeah, he's still not really even talking correctly. So at this point, if he called himself a girl, I'd be like, first of all, you don't even know what a girl is.
Yeah. I remember when she started talking, and I would ask her, and like we would just talk about boy girl kind of stuff, and she would go, "I'm boy," and I was like, "You don't know what a boy is. Like, you can be a boy. Just wait a few years, you know."
Right?
Well, the fun thing is, when they're that age, she wanted to call herself a boy. That's fine. Throw her in some blue jeans, a regular T-shirt, let her cut her hair short. There, she's a boy. No major change.
Oh well, yes. If she had acted in that way, 100 million%. But this kid, she's been dressing herself since she's 9 months old. Like seriously, screaming at me if I pick the wrong onesie. She loves pink. She loves glitter. I mean, we're not allowed to cut her hair. She won't let us. So, I mean, if in any way that was the case, like, of course, you know, but for her, I don't necessarily see it going that way. But if it does, that's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's like you get all these people, and it's like if you let them, pretend to be the other gender, it's going to affect them later in life. And no, it's not, because at that age, no changes that you make will be permanent. Hair will grow back, makeup can wash off, and you can change their clothes.
And they all play with the same toys and stuff anyway at that age. They're all
Yeah.
they're all friends together. They all do everything together. It's not, I don't know.
Yeah, my son definitely acts exactly like a boy. He wrestles, plays in dirt, and he picks his nose. He's the grossest dude ever. Okay, like
Yeah,
he's a straight up boy.
Yeah, but dude loves dinosaurs.
Oh my God, yes, he is obsessed with dinosaurs. He's gonna be the next Ross, I swear.
Oh, but maybe
From
he'll treat his
Friends.
girlfriends better.
Paleontologist. Yes.
I know of 4 different Rosses, so it's like,
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Ross from Friends.
I knew what you were talking about.
I'm glad somebody did.
well, once you specified, I was like, gotcha.
Oh, and also he loves pretty women. So far.
Oh my gosh, my daughter has been obsessed with boys since before she could walk. This girl follows them around the park. She talks about them all the time. Oh my God, she's obsessed with boys.
Pretty sure that my son put his hand in your girlfriend or fiance's breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loves titties. He loves titties.
Well, both of my kids do. They did when they were babies. They would be screaming, crying, and then we'd hand them to somebody with large breasts, and they'd cuddle in and stop trying, but like, ooh, wait, what's this?
Oh my God. Mine likes to play with them.
Of course, if I'm cranky and in a bad mood, if I'm near somebody with big breasts, I'd be like, ooh, wait, what's going on here?
They're the solutions to everything.
It is. They're squishy and soft and so nice.
I'm actually playing with mine right now.
Right?
And now it's my turn to be jealous.
Well, you're always welcome in sunny California to come play.
Well, if we can ever get all these travel restrictions up.
Ugh. I can't wait.
Money.
I can't wait to be free again.
Yeah.
Gotta have that green.
There are some kink conventions that are being planned right now. Trying to get the details on them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
If we can get to the point where they are established enough to be mobile, traveling around, we could make LA a stop.
Yeah, we have all the crazy conventions out here.
Yep, that's what I'm doing after retirement. Look out, Kink World. Yeah, going to every convention. I have nothing but time on my hands. No more military. Kink World, here we go.
I learned that dungeons are a thing during my year in Kink, and I very much want to go to one. I don't know who I would go with, but I really want to go. They sound really fun.
Yeah, I'd be interested in going to one, seeing what it's like.
Oh, me being a masochist? A dungeon? Oh, it's playtime.
Yeah, they look really fun. Like I'm okay with some of the stuff that hurts, but just not like really like getting my ass beat.
That makes sense. We can accommodate.
So, I think we've pretty much covered everything and then some.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm terrified to hear what you're going to pull out and actually put on the thing.
Phrasing.
I feel like a dumbass. I don't know
But-
what it's anymore. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. A lot of times I'll say that just for my own amusement.
And if somebody happens to get it.
Yeah, if somebody happens to get it, then they laugh too.
Oh my gosh, it's never me. I'm so dense. It's so bad.
No, it's fine. This is actually the first time I've heard your voice, I think.
Oh, really? And what do you think?
I don't know. I like your voice.
I like your voice.
Thanks. I like your guys' voice too. I've been listening to all of your podcasts for the past 3 nights in a row, like 4 or 5 of them a night. So I feel like I'm talking to legit celebrities right now.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, I was shocked not long ago. I found out we actually have fans. People that was like, when's the next episode coming out? I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's really crazy, right?
Yeah, I still have fans on the boat.
So, yeah.
I have people messaging me that they miss Rachel. I'm like, bitch, I'm still here.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you end up having to use a backup name.
I know, but you know what? That was my backup name.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so bitter. Can you tell I'm so bitter?
Oh, yeah. But you have every right to be.
Oh my God. So frustrating. But at least I get to be in the chat now. Facebook getting rid of my Rachel account is what let my husband let me into the chats because he saw how depressed I was about it. So he wanted to help me feel better.
Well, since your rules are still not exactly free flow, I imagine you don't have like OnlyFans or like that.
No, none of my friends even know that I'm involved in this world. If anybody heard the kinds of arrangement that he and I have, I feel like they would think that I'm cheating on him. I try to separate these two worlds as much as I possibly can, right now at least.
Yeah, I get that a lot when people find out that I'm, polyamorous because they're like, "Aren't you just cheating?" It's like, no.
No,
Yeah.
because they know about it.
Right, like that's how I had a conversation with this one guy who ended up being a garbage man, not as his job, like as a human being. He was a garbage, and he threatened to send all these messages to my husband. And I said, okay, no problem, I'm going to send them to your wife. He goes, no, you're not. Why are you going to do that? Your husband's going to get even more mad. I'm like, you send these to my husband, he's going to ask me why you did that. If I send these to your wife, you're going to get a divorce. It's different.
Yep.
And not everybody understands, so it's not something that I feel comfortable explaining to like 30, 40 people.
Yeah, but it's like my fiance would be in every one of my chat groups that I'm in, but she doesn't really do chat groups. She doesn't keep up with the conversations, so she stays idle, so she just never joins them. But I don't hide anything from her. She knows how I am.
Yeah, same. My husband's same. I tell him he should join all the time and he just doesn't want to. But
Yep.
I did get permission to post some naughty pictures of me and him together on the chat. So that'll be fun.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll like those.
So, but yeah, well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I hope that I said something worthwhile.
I think you did.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a really good episode.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean, all the episodes have had good information, but, some are better than others.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just nice to talk about sex.
I love talking about sex. I could talk sex all day, every single day. I feel like I'm super annoying in the chat because I do not shut up.
I've not been annoyed with you in the chats yet.
Good.
Yeah, but like, because I'm like, in the mood to talk about sex is when I'm currently having sex, and that's just because my brain isn't really in the mood to process words.
That's totally fair.
And
Yeah.
usually my tongue's otherwise occupied.
Ugh, so hot.
That makes sense, right?
So, I mean, at some point, if you learn some more naughtiness and decide that you really want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to come back.
Thanks.
Got a couple of others that are like, well, I want to come back and talk about this when I have the time and when things are better around everything else. So
I just like talking to you guys. I'm down to talk to you guys about anything all the time. You're just cool people.
and
Sounds good to me.
it was fun talking to you as well. We'd like to thank everybody for listening. And if you have any questions, comments, whatever, hit us up on social media. We're spreading out, trying to figure out an Instagram and like maybe a Tumblr. Don't know if there's really anything Tumblr worthy in this show. Yeah, I mean, we've got merch. We've got a Patreon. All the links are in the show notes. I want to give a shout out to Zachary Hale, our financial supporter. Really appreciate it. If you want to help support the show, ratings and reviews go a long way. You don't have to spend any money. Throw out 5 stars and hey, these people talk good, and other people will hear about it. So until next time, remember, keep communicating, keep each other safe.
Agreed. Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to Ludiverse. If you have any questions or comments, contact us on Twitter or Facebook. Just search for the Ludiverse. Remember to rate and review wherever you listen. If you want to help support the show, please consider donating to our Patreon.